Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha and today I'm creating this lime green makeup look that I had in my last video and also on my Instagram, and a lot of you guys wanted me to recreate the makeup, so here it is. I've already gone ahead and primed my eyelids with my NARS eye primer. I'm first going to start with the shade from my Viseart Neutral Matte palette. I'm going to use this like a transition shade, taking it all the way close to the brow bone. Next, I'm going in with a smaller crease brush and I'm going to use the shade. And this I'm going to use to deepen up my socket. So I'm just placing the shade first with this brush, and then we'll be blending it out with the first brush that we used. Actually, I just remembered my window's open, so in case you've been able to hear sound of traffic, that's because the window is open. I'll just quickly go ahead and close the window. Okay, that's so much better now. So just going to build up that dark brown shade in my socket. So once I have that, I'm going back in with that first brush and just blending out the edges with no additional product. It should look something like this. And with the same brush, I'm just going to dab lightly into that orange shade and just apply this to the edges of that brown, just to add some warmth to this look. This is totally optional, but this is what I did on that day. So once it starts looking like this, that's when we bring out the beautiful lime green shade. So I'm first going to use the Editorial Brights palette by Viseart and use this stunning lime green shade. It's the darker of the two lime greens in this palette. I'm going to take that on a pencil brush, and this is the same brush I used the other day, so that's the reason it has the same color in it. So I'm just going to pack the shade on the outer V of the eye, like so. And then also take whatever is remaining on the brush into the socket. So you get a hint of that green, but because you have laid down that brown in the crease, it's going to turn into a deeper green than the lime green that you have on the outer V. Just going to take a little bit more for the socket. It should look something like this. So I'm going back in with that first blending brush and just diffusing out the edges, making sure that the lime green is blending really well with the brown shades in the crease. So I'm also going to run that same matte lime green shade on the lower lash line. And that same pencil brush, just run it along the lower lash line, taking it towards the inner corner but not into the inner corner, if that makes sense. Like so. And now finally the star of this look, which is the stunning foiled eyeshadow by Geek. It's in the shade Limelight. It looks like this. So if I swatch it with my finger, you can see that it has intense, beautiful pigmentation, but it is a little bit difficult to build up with a brush, so I did go in and layer on that particular day. Just going to pat whatever I have on my finger onto the middle of the eyelid, just so it's easier for me, and then leave the edges out to go in with a brush. This just saves a little bit of time. Taking it on a flat, tiny brush. This is a brush by Hakuhodo and it doesn't have any brush name. I will link it in the description box below. Actually, it picked up quite nicely with this natural brush. It was getting difficult with a synthetic brush that I had used the other day. So I'm just running the shade on my lid below the crease. You can also spritz your brush if you want more intensity with this eyeshadow, but I'm quite happy with the color payoff. especially because it's quite a bright color, so I don't want it to be more intense. So once you have the eyeshadow on the lid, I'm also going to take it on the inner tear duct area. Now once you have this, I'm just going to blend out the edges between the matte and the shimmery eyeshadow on the lid, going back in with this brush we'd used in the socket. And just blending out the edges. Just blending the matte lime green eyeshadow as well on the lower lash line. So I am going to add a little bit of the matte lime green eyeshadow again into my crease, just because I have hooded eyes and it's not showing up with my eyes open. Just taking a little bit and going into my socket, but this time bringing it up a little bit higher. And then going back in with that large blending brush just to diffuse out any harsh edges. You guys know the drill by now. Now for this look, I don't think I had any dark eyeliner. I think I had a nude one. So I'm going to use the MAC Studio Chromographic pencil. This is in the shade NW25 NC30. Basically just a nude pencil, any nude pencil that you may have. I'm going to run it on my waterline. This just helps open the eyes a little bit more, so you hopefully can see the difference between this and the other eye. Then I just pretty much finished the look with some good mascara. So for my bottom lashes, you know I love the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, so I'm going to use that. Just applying a small amount because I do have quite long lashes on my lower lash line. It can look a little bit spidery if I'm not careful. And then for my top lashes, I'm using one of my favorite mascaras, which is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, I think Velvet Noir mascara? Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. Why do they have such long names for mascaras or any of these makeup products? I never understand. Now with this mascara, it's really important to get the excess off, otherwise you're going to hate this mascara. Just doing that, you can see taken off so much on the mouth or the cap of the mascara, so that there's very little on the bristles. And there you have it. The last time I did this look, I paired it with more peachy tones, and if you'd like a breakdown of all the products, I have linked it in my Instagram post, so I'll link it in my description box below in case you're not following me there. It's the same user ID, it's just BeautyLashes19 across all my social media platforms. But today I've paired it with one of the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipsticks. This is the shade Walk of Shame. Just going to apply a little bit more. Make it a little bit darker, because I've had this on for a while. So that's it. That is the finished look. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and also consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.